Hello, Math Champions. Happy to meet you all again and talk about my favorite topic, that is fractions. Before we learn anything, let us understand why we learn about this. Okay. Now, where do you use these fractions? If you see anywhere in your, uh, around your world, like many things, we have to distribute among many people, right? When we have four, say, let's say four chocolates or four laddus are there, and if you have to distribute among two people, what you will do? Two to this person, two to this person. Fine. Now, when two people are there, fine. Now, same four chocolates, four people are there. How will you give? One, 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 one. That's fine now. But then, same four chocolates, okay? But then, eight people are there. What will you do? How will you give? Right? What will you do? You will break that one chocolate into pieces and then give equal pieces, right? So there are situations in life when we have to deal with parts which is lesser than one, and in these situations is where we are talking about fractions. Fractions could are numbers which are between 0 and 1 and 1 and 2, between these whole numbers. Now, you would have seen on a number line, you'd have seen 0, 1, 2, 3, and all. There is a gap between the 0 and 1, isn't it? In the middle, there's so many points, so many positions. 0 is a position and 1 is a position. Between the 0 position and the 1 position, there's some gap, right? In the gap, all the points, they all represent some number. And that number we can represent using fractions, or another way of writing the same fraction is called decimals. However, let's not talk about decimals today. We will talk about fractions and understand what is fractions, right? This is not a normal number. I want you to tell that also. Okay. Okay. So when we learn numbers, we learn first thing is how do we call the numbers? Like one is called ONE1, TWO2. Like that we learn how to tell the numbers, right? So first let's learn how to tell the fractions. Now, first, as I told, this is a one whole. This is not a fraction if you say. No, it is a fraction. See, that I'll show you in the end. However, okay. Now this one, what did I tell you? If we make more parts, I'm going to make two parts in this. Two parts I'm going to make. Because I'm going to make two parts, this one part is called as a one half. See, this much is a one half. Okay, this much is a two halves. Two halves is together becomes a one. Okay, now it's the same size circle. If I'm going to make more than two parts, okay, if I make three parts, every part is given a number called one third. I want you to learn this word called one third. This is one half, one half, and this is called one third. Now, in school or somewhere, if you're learning, it is 1/3. No, that is not the way to learn that. Sometimes we say 1/3, 1/3, but the right way to tell is one third. That is the meaning. Next, if I take this one, this is called one fourth. Now, when I say one third, am I meaning the entire one third, entire circle? No. Actually, what I'm meaning is this much. This much is one third. And if I take two pieces, such pieces, I will call it as, do you know what? I will call it as two thirds. Two thirds. Why I'm saying two thirds? Thirds means we are writing like this, no? It's called thirds. If we write like this, no, it's halves. If we write like this, fourths. What is it? Fourths. Fourths. That's what we call it as. Okay. Now, what is the significance of this line and two, this line and three, this line and four? What is the significance? Means that this shows that some one hole was there that was cut into two pieces. Some hole was there that was cut into three pieces. Some hole was there that was cut into four pieces. That is the meaning of the thing that we write below this line. That's the meaning of it. We call it also something, I'll tell you later. Okay. However, right, this we call 2/3. If we call this one as 2/3, then we call this one as 3/3. Now, I want you to repeat along with me. What is this? This is 1/4. Then how much will this be? 2/4. Then how much will be this be? You're right, 3/4. And this one will be 4/4. Then if you see the same circle, this is called 2/2. Same one, right? This one, 3/3 is called as one whole again. Now, 4/4 is again a one whole, right? But if you notice, this 1/3 and a 1/4 have a totally different size. I wanted to notice that also. If you see here, see, the size is totally different, right? This is a 1/4, right? 1/4. Now, if I am taking only one of these 1/4s, I call it 1/4. If I take two, I'll call 2/4. So, how will I write this? This is 2/4. Previously, when it was like this, I was not writing as 2/4. I was writing it as 1/4. That means this number that we are writing on the top is based on how many pieces are we considering. How many pieces are we considering? Okay. That is what I want you to understand. Now, these fractions are all has started coming from the way we divide, right? When we distribute, when we cut one whole into pieces and give it to different people, it is called fractions. It is called we divided. In division, I want you to understand what it is. There is an equal distribution. Just like that, in fractions also has come from division only, no? So fractions also, it is important to have equal division, equal pieces, equal distribution has to happen. For that, I want you to understand one thing. Like for example, if you thought fractions can only be like this circular, I want you to remove that condition. It is not that always it should be circular and in the circle you have to have pieces. It can have many different shapes. For example, this is a one whole. This one whole circle is split into three pieces and it has become 3/3. Like is 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, right? It has become. Now, if instead of a circle, if I'm taking this long rectangle and I'm going to cut like this into three pieces, here if you see every piece is also same size, correct? Now, if you see here, what am I doing? I am taking only 1/3. If I want you to answer, what is the shaded part? What is the fraction of the color in red color? You would say it is 1/3. You would say it is 1/3. If I ask you what part is not shaded, then you have to talk about these two pieces. That means we know it is two pieces. Whenever we say two pieces are to be considered, it is two. But it is always the third, means the bottom number that we are writing is always about how many pieces this entire whole was cut into. Means when I say this entire whole rectangle was cut into three pieces, no? So I will write this three both the places down I will write. But when I'm talking, what is the number of, what is the number for the red color is, because only one piece is colored, I will say 1/3. If I ask what is the white color, what is the number for the white color pieces? Because two pieces are not colored, there's a two coming here. So based on what we are selecting, whether red color or the white color, the top thing only will change. And let me tell you again, top thing alone is never a number. Without this bottom three, if I just write it as 1, can I call this as 1? Can I call this white color as 2? No, it will be wrong because 1 means 1 full. 2 means 2 fulls. But here 2, this and this. This is not 2 fulls. It is not 2 fulls. So I don't want you to talk about this as 2. Rather, it is 2/3. Okay, it is 2/3. That means this 2 on the top does not have any meaning without talking about this 3 in the bottom. Similarly, this 3 in the bottom does not have any meaning without having something on the top and attaching with it and calling it. That is why I say, when we say 1/3, 2/3, we confuse our mind. Instead, we should tell it as 1/3, 2/3. That's the first concept I want you to be clear with. Next, what was I telling? That, see, this also could be 1/3, right? See, this is also 1/3. This, the colored part till here, right? That is also 1/3, right? Or I can just move it like this. This is also 1/3, correct? No? This is also 1/3, okay? Or if you see, this is a hexagon, you all know. How many pieces are there? 1, 2, 3. So this house has 3 pieces. So this, whatever this part is there, no? This one, this is also a 1/3. This is also a 1/3, right? This is also 1/3. Now, if you see, this 1/3 has a shape like this, correct? It has a shape like this. This 1/3 has a shape like this. This 1/3 has a shape like this. Now, let's talk about this. A square is also cut into 3 equal parts. We have to consider 3 equal parts. And this piece is a 1/3. Now, let's come to this. This is a parallelogram. Now, how many pieces it has? 3 pieces. But does it form a fraction? No. You may ask me, why, ma'am? Why this one is not a fraction? Because, what did I say? Fraction is coming from division. Division means equally we are distributing. But look at this. This is small piece, this is small piece, and this is so big piece. Is there an equal distribution here? No. So we cannot call it as fractions at all using this. Okay. Now you might be confused. Ma'am, you're seeing same 1/3. It is having this kind of a shape. Then it is having this kind of a shape. And it is also having this kind of a shape. So this is not a fraction. Let's remove that. Then how, ma'am, everything is 1/3? If you ask me, that is why it is called fractions. Fractions doesn't mean it is having a certain shape. Rather, it is always with respect to, means always in connection with the whole. If the whole is a circle, then the 1/3 will be of this shape. Okay. If the whole is a rectangle like this, then the small piece rectangle is a 1/3. If a whole is a hexagon, then that thing, then the 1/3 will come this shape. Okay. So just like, see, when you're born, you just know this is your father, this is your grandfather. That's all. You thought name. Father is called father, grandfather is called grandfather. You didn't know the relationship between them. Later on, you understood that just like how you have a father, your father has a father, and that father name is grandfather, right? Like that, you understood by relationship, like that. Till now, till you learned fractions, you know that 1 means 1, 2 means 2, 3 means 3. You knew that, right? Like for example, you knew 1 means 1 like this, okay? You knew 1 means this, 2 means this, you knew 3 means this. You knew this. But now we are talking about 1 in relationship with 3. Okay. That means one piece out of these 3 pieces. One piece out of the 3 pieces. We can also call it as like that. Now, 2 pieces out of 3 pieces is white color. White color is how many? 2 pieces out of 3 pieces. You can also read it like this. 2 pieces out of can be, you can talk for the line, 3 pieces, right? 3 pieces. Okay. Now, if I take a similar thing, let's say Okay. Now this much is there. As soon as you see 1/8, what you have to understand, there are, if you take a complete circle, it will be 8 pieces. I want you to pause the video and count and see the 8 pieces. Right? Now, instead of 8 pieces, I am taking only 3 pieces. That means, how can I say this? One way is to tell 3/8, right? We all know this is 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. That's how we count. Or how we can say 3 pieces. This for your sake to tell 3 pieces out of 8 pieces. Correct? Instead of telling these words, we're just saying 3/8. Okay. I hope you're clear that fraction can be of different shapes based on which kind of whole shape it is taking. If it is taking a hexagon is a whole, then this kind of a thing will be a 1/3. If it is a square, then this kind will be a 1/3. If it's a circle, then this kind will be the, so this kind will be the 1/3, right? Fraction is based on what is the whole. Based on that, it is the fraction, right? And how do we give the name to it? 1/3, 2/3, 1/4, like that. Now, I was telling you, right? I will give a name for it. So, this third, right? Third, what is written here? Bottom. Fourth, whatever is written in the bottom, which is about the number of pieces one whole is cut into. That's called as a denominator. Denominator. Okay. Denominator. It's called as a denominator. Now, if you see in all these fractions, the denominators are different. Here it's a 2, here it's a 3, here it's a 4. The denominators are different. But then, every fraction here, the top part is same. Because here also we are taking one piece, here we are taking one piece, here also one piece. We are taking only one piece. Now, the thing that we write on the top is called as a numerator. Numerator. Now, in all these fractions, the numerators are same. That means we are taking one piece only. But you have to remember the piece, the size is different. So, 1/2 is never equal to 1/3. Okay? 1/2 can never be equal to 1/3. No, it cannot be. It cannot be. Okay? And 1/3 can never be equal to 1/4. So, just because this one is same, you cannot say the 1/2 and 1/3 and 1/4 are all same. Not based on the number given. I want you to understand that fraction is about the shape. Look at the shape. This 1/2, 1/3, 1/4. Does it not look same to you? No, it does not. So, though we say 1, 1, 1 in the numerator, still they are not same. I hope you understood what is fractions with this. See you until the next video. Bye-bye.